No, there's not a video that goes with it.
All right, looks like we are live. So we're going to go on here a little early. That way we can kind of get you guys to stream. We'll set the cameras up in the right angles. So if you guys are on here, just let us know that you're watching. You put comments in, all that kind of stuff. And then we also have Facebook on. So we're Facebook and YouTubing at the same time. There's Miss Jill.
Get your pencils ready, your paper ready. I'm doing the same.
All right, hey, how's it going, Facebook? So we're going to go ahead and start streaming a little bit early. So when you guys get on here, just go ahead and put in the comments that you're watching and you're ready to go. So we're going to go 5 minutes before 4, and then about 3 or 5 minutes after 4 o'clock, Miss Jill's going to start sketching. So if you guys just kind of stay on there and watch, you'll be good. If you're joining us live and you didn't sign up for our virtual class today, you can go ahead and keep watching and get an idea. If you have pencil and paper, I guess you can join along with us. And if you're interested in doing any of our other classes, you can do so. It looks like I have somebody on YouTube that's watching. Hello, we'll be getting started fairly shortly. This is the image that we're going to be doing today for our beginner sketch. Right there. You got your pencil and your paper ready. We'll be setting off here in just a moment. Remember, if you guys have any comments that you want to put in, just put the comments in and we'll answer them. How's it going? So we're gonna get started here just shortly. Looks like it's about 3:55. So we're just kind of going on early so people can kind of log in, find the video. I'm gonna back the lights off a little bit. They're coming in a little too bright.
They're bright, yes. Thank you. Getting my pencil sharpened. Make sure your pencil's sharp and good to go.
See, looks like on Facebook we have our image, looks pretty good. And then on YouTube, our image does look a little bit better.
I have a 2B, but I can get my 6B if it's not dark enough. I'm going to start off doing some little warm-up waves just to get your pencil ready. So this isn't the project. This is a good chance to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing up here, and also a good chance for you to just practice or get your materials if you're not ready yet. So.
And it looks like, I know we have 3 on Facebook currently.
Yeah, Facebook.
And then we have 1 on YouTube.
Cool. All right. So I'm just warming up my hand. Going to do some waves. Some little swirlies like this. So this is just me just practicing, getting my hand warmed up. The drawing we're doing is inspired by the great wave of how do you say that? Let me check it. Of Kanagawa, which is a famous Japanese print. Hey, Corey, I can't see my drawing at all in here. Can you guys see it? Well, that's pretty dark, right?
Yeah. Then
Maybe too light. Should I draw it with a Sharpie?
maybe. We can definitely see it on Facebook. Yeah, we can see it on Facebook. Great.
Okay.
YouTube. Let me look at my YouTube stream when I'm watching you. And I know the YouTube is buffering. So we can see it a little bit better there. Might have to move the YouTube. And this is why we do a pre-show, so we can figure out. This is a little bit of trial and error for us. We're figuring out which angles work better. Can we bring another table, maybe?
Oh, okay.
It looks like the YouTube can.
Pencils under there, though.
Yeah, they can see it so much better there.
Yeah,
I
that's
see
better.
it coming in.
That's better.
All right.
Like I said, just warming up our hand, practicing some waves. Right? You hold your pencil nice and loose. You don't want to grip it really tight.
Yeah.
Just practice a wave like this. Get those curly waves. Like that. Kind of doing like little C shapes. Some texture in there. All right, we've all seen waves before, right? Lots of different kinds. There's the big rolling ones. They're all overlapping. So this is just practice. Just getting our hands warmed up. A few more. If you haven't tried any of these fun curly ones, do so. All right.
We're 4:01, so we're still waiting a little bit of time before we get started, so people can get logged in.
All right. I'll give you guys a minute. I'll do a few more practice waves. I'm going to flip my paper over. You kind of see that Sharpie through, but that's okay. This is just practice. Let's see. Let's practice some small waves. Okay. Overlapping. I hope you guys can see it good.
Yeah. On Facebook, it's coming in clear as a bell.
Good.
On YouTube, we're having a lot of buffering issues, which I know is a common problem that's occurring right now with YouTube. And from our screen, it's coming in. But when I look at it from the channel, it doesn't seem to be coming in. It's dark.
Well, I can always switch to Sharpie. I just want everybody at home to remember When you start off your drawing, you want to do your lines super light. So if there's someone next to you, they shouldn't even be able to see your lines. You want to do it super, super light to start with. And then gradually we'll go in and darken them up. Let's see. Get all that little froth on the wave there.
Morgan Palace said, "Hi, Miss Jill. Michael
Oh,
is here."
hey, Michael. I missed you last week. I'm glad you're watching. I miss seeing all your faces in class, but I'm glad we're keeping our germs to each other, to ourselves. We're going to, this week we'll do pencil because I know everybody has pencil at home. Everybody's got paper at home. And next week we'll prepare for you guys to pick up materials or whatever you need in the studio. And just winging it for now. I'm really loving these, like, kind of swirly waves that you can overlap. Like a spiral. Kind of an abstract wave. So in case you missed it, I'll show you guys our example of what we're going to be drawing today. This is kind of like a graphic drawing inspired by the Great Wave off Kanagawa, which is a famous Japanese print. You've probably seen it before. So we'll do this all with pencil, maybe add in a little bit of Sharpie if you have a black pen or a black marker at home that you like to use. Oh, now I have 3 of them, Whitney.
How many did you print?
Just one. It's because it didn't work, and then I hit it a few more times, hoping it would work. All right. I'm getting tired of practicing. I'm ready to get started. Should we get started, Corey, or
No, we can.
should we wait? All right. All right. I'm going to take my practice paper down. Get yourself a nice clean paper. I'm going to put mine here. Flip it up. I'll lower my easel, make sure I get it all on screen. There we go. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find something round to trace to get this perfect circle.
Thank you.
I think I know a certain paint jar that'll be just that size. Maybe a cereal bowl might work good. So get up and go get it if you need a second. I'm going to go get mine.
Okay. I'm going to try to work on the YouTube stream just a little bit. All right. I'm watching through YouTube on my computer, and I can see it's buffering a lot. So we're going to try to go a little bit of a slightly different angle and see if we can eliminate the buffering. Good.
All right. So I found a styrofoam plate. Anything round, anything big enough. You don't want to do your circle too tiny and then have to fit all this wave and everything in it. So get something big enough, something that fills your whole paper. And with your pencil, just trace around it. Get it centered on your paper nicely. The circle is going to be like kind of like our canvas for this drawing. Everything we do will be inside the circle. There you have it, a circle. For those of you guys that are on Facebook, you guys are welcome to ask any questions, comments. If I'm going too fast, let me know. Speak up. We're all in this together. Let's see. All right. So we're going to start with this big wave. So I want you to find kind of the middle of the side. So not down here, not up there, but just the middle. And then we're going to find this point, see where the wave starts up here, which is more towards the top of the circle. So this is towards the middle of the circle, and this is towards the top of the circle. Now we're going to find the center of the circle. So right here. And you see how our waves splash almost to the center. So we're going to start from up here and start to curve towards the center dot. But you're not going to go all the way to the dot. Just curve it a little to get started.
Jackson Cole are on, and they said hello.
Hi, Jackson Cole. Good to see you guys. All right. I don't see you. Glad you're there. Glad you can see me. All right. So you guys all have your circle and your dots. And we'll start the wave. So there's kind of some like letter C's in there that you'll be doing. Like this. Well, that one's more like a letter J. And I'm doing mine pretty dark because I want you guys to be able to see it. But you guys know, hold your pencil lightly. Keep your pencil lines light. That way you can go and you can erase them if you mess up, right? Because this part of the wave, this is probably the trickiest part. We'll do this first. It's all sorts of like, kind of like these splashes. They're like reaching out towards you. So it's kind of like a lot of letter C's and a lot of letter J's. Just let them curl out. And then we'll bring it back. Can even do like a bunch of letter C's like this across. And then we'll connect them like that. So see how I did that? I just made like a bunch of C shapes and I'm just connecting them with little more letter J's and more C's. Think of it as letters. You guys all know how to draw your letters, right? You guys are all first grade, second grade, third grade. So now let's see. Let's draw this part of the wave. Let's find, so we have all this frothy, splashy stuff up here. Let's find like the middle, like right around here. And it'll come swooping down like that. Not too far because we're going to draw these other waves. So just a small swoop. And then we're going to do this other splashy part. So just how we did before. Am I going too fast? Someone let me know if I am, okay? So again, I'm just repeating all these shapes. Let me give you guys a close-up so you can see. See? So there's a lot of C's, little J's in there. Nothing you guys can't do. All right, so we got more of these splashy waves to go. This one has a little curve. That one I did kind of a squiggly line to connect. See how there's this wave and that one. And once you have all these frothy waves, we're going to go into it and make like a little bit of the texture. Again, keep it light for now. We'll darken it up later. It's kind of like clouds, kind of like upside down U's. So I'm going to fill this whole kind of frothy, splashy area with these little shapes like that.
Yeah, Erica, she asked if you go just a little bit slower.
Okay. So I'll fill up my froth with those little shapes, and then I'll give you guys a minute to kind of catch up. I'm a very fast drawer, I know. That's definitely going to be a challenge with these videos.
You're doing great. Facebook's coming in awesome. We're having issues with YouTube, but it's uploading and streaming clear. It's just on the
A lot of
back
buffering.
end. Yeah, probably the high traffic of YouTube users right now.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of you guys out there. So if you guys were in the studio right now, I'd probably be asking you if you remember the name of the wave, the famous print, which is the Great Wave off Kanagawa. Try and say that out loud. The Great Wave off Kanagawa. Or sometimes it's just known as the Great Wave. And it's by a Japanese artist, I'm probably saying this wrong, Hokusai. Let me see if I can find a picture on my phone of the original print. You've probably seen it before. So this is what the original print looks like. Great. How's your phone this one? The Great Wave off Kanagawa. If this is the first time you're seeing that wave, it probably won't be the last. If you guys are still filling in the foam, that's fine. If you've already done it, you can take this time and you can start darkening in and going over some of these lines. Also, this circle around, right? That one's going to be nice and dark. Probably even make it a little thicker. So if you're still working on your waves, that's fine. Keep going on that wave. If you're done and waiting around, just start thickening some lines.
Sorry for the shaking. We're going to try to get you guys at a different angle, a little bit closer on Facebook. We have this on a tripod, and so I have to extend my leg. You're taking it off the table that it was on.
We'll have it all down by next week, right?
Right, yeah. This was the first go around.
It's different for everybody.
We paint live all the time, but
Never do a class.
don't do typical.
This is my debut
Yeah.
on Facebook Live. Not a big video
And
person, but for you guys, here I am.
And we're going to crank her up just a little bit. And then we'll center you guys up. And then I have to turn so we can maneuver this puppy in here a little bit better. All right. There we go. All right, Facebook, someone let us know in the comments if that is working a lot better. You should have more of a straightforward view on it. And then our YouTubers, I think you guys have comments are enabled now. So if you're wanting to make comments, you can.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know if I'm too fast. Let me know if it's too tricky. I'll break it down more. It's kind of weird not having you guys here. So let's move on to some of these wavier waves in the background. This is actually like a mountain volcano in the background. We'll do that later. So for this one, we're going to focus on that right there. So we already have this point here. We can make another point where this wave will start and do it right there. And then we know, so take a moment, look at this part of the wave. So this whole rise of this wave, it fits within this other big wave. So I'm going to bring it up and over and down. And then I'm just going to swoop this up till it hits that point. I'll give you guys a minute to do that. I'll make sure my line's nice and dark so you guys can see it, but I do not want you guys to do it nice and dark. Keep it light. You guys can darken it in later. That way, if you mess up, you can erase it. All right, if you do these lines too dark at first, you're not going to be able to erase them. And then this wave kind of overlaps. Just makes another line. Like that. All right, now I'm going to start to fill in some of these shapes. Take a second, look at this shape before we draw it.
On my end of things, we can see the sketch a little better on YouTube.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think the buffering is beginning to calm down a little bit.
Good. All right, so take notice of these shapes. They're kind of like, they're pretty simple if we break it down. Right, because drawing isn't just how you draw. Drawing is how you see. So you have to make sure you're looking at it and you're seeing it. So we're going to start by, let's do this kind of bigger one in the middle, and then we'll go down from there. So, right, we have the middle, our middle dot. Bring it down to the middle. this first one is going to be. Oh, mine's a little off. So I'll do it in the middle of this shape. Like that. And then we also have some, fill it in with some little circles. So this is just this little bit right there. Mine's a little bigger, so I kind of put more of those shapes in, right? Because we don't have to do anything quite exact. Your shape here might be a lot smaller. Maybe you can only fit a couple of these little shapes in. That's fine. Filling in with lots of little dots. Coming in for a close-up here. I can't really see the phone as well, so. So I'll give you guys a minute. If you're still making those shapes, that's fine. If you're done, you can start to fill them in, this part of the shape. If you're not ready to fill it in yet, that's fine. We'll get back to that and we'll fill more in together. I just want to give anyone who's ahead something to do. So all those little U shapes that we did, they kind of look like little thumbs, right? All those little thumb shapes. You just fill them in.
Guys, let us know if the speed is going good. Slow down, speed up. Let us know.
Please do. It's weird drawing here all by myself. It's lonely. I miss you guys.
And you guys are more than welcome to, this is a virtual class that's live, so you guys are more than welcome to kind of send it out to let friends know and whatnot.
I'm going to move on in a bit to our next wave. Again, if you're still filling these in, if you didn't get a chance to start filling them in, that's fine. We're going to do a lot of filling in later. We got all that. I'm just doing that while I wait. Add little circles. That's a little frothy bit. All right, now I'm going to move on to just another layer in the wave. So this kind of comes up right where the tip of that is and goes down to about there. And then we have this little swoop that goes here. So we have a swoop there. Swoop. And then a swoop there. And I got to clean that line up because the first one that I made wasn't too pretty. All right, and just like we did on this one, we'll do more of those little shapes. Again, ours might be different sizes. If you can, only put what you can fit. I'll call these our thumb shapes. And you can make them all, don't make them the same size. Do some shorter ones, some bigger ones, right? Because this is like the drip of the water, which obviously it doesn't all come in one size.
The buffering is beginning to calm down on YouTube, so they're able to see it a little bit better.
Good.
They can see the inspiration image pretty well.
Good.
But you keep doing what you're doing, Miss Jill.
Yeah.
The Facebook feed is super clear.
Good.
I think we got it in a position that is better for our artists.
Cool.
No one has said
and
different.
we got Michael watching on Facebook and Jackson Cole on Facebook.
Yeah. If you guys want to, you can just give us you can just give us initials and then we can figure out who our usuals are. If you don't want to put someone's name on the comments.
Is Lily watching? Do you know? So I'm going to fill them in. If you're still drawing them, that's fine. But the more I fill it in, the better they'll see it too. Trying to show close-up. So on this one, does this work when I show it on the phone like that?
No.
No.
I got it though. I can move it. I can move the phone around.
Okay. I was just trying to show some close-ups. Like I did all our thumb shapes, but then on this one I did more of a wavy line. Like that. So either way, again, they're all going to look different, right? No wave is going to look exactly the same. I could draw this 10 times the same way and they would all turn out different. So I don't want you to be counting these shapes and be like, oh, Miss Jill's got 5 here. I can only fit 4. Oh, no, that's okay. Just put in what you can fit. They're all going to look different. And I'm sure they're all going to look great in the end. Is there a way that I can see theirs when they're finished, Corey? Like, can they post them or something?
Yeah, a couple ways they can post it. After the video is over, they can post a picture in the comments of this video. We also have a
I'd love to see it.
We also have a Facebook group that's called Let's Create Art Collaboration, Live Collaboration Tribe. If you guys haven't joined our creative group, you can do that. It's a place where anyone of any age can post pictures, share videos. That's creativity. It's not like a for sale group or anything. It's just a place where like anyone that does art or creativity can kind of share ideas, get feedback, maybe, kind of shine off a little bit of artwork. So you guys can put in the comments of this video, the finished pieces, or you can join our group and then you can post them in there and you could post a picture and say, this is from the beginner sketch class with Miss Jill at Let's Create Art.
I would love to see them, you guys. I really would. I'd love to see them. All right. I'm going to start doing the little shapes on this one, but they're a little bit different. They're kind of, take a look. They're kind of skinnier, right? They're kind of longer. I was trying to zoom in on this spot right here to show them. So coming up, we have this line down here, right? So this is where the first one is going to go. Down. And then back up. These ones are very skinny. They're very squished. weird.
There you go. So that's your Facebook feed.
Cool.
So that's what you're looking at from Facebook. YouTube is a little bit of a slightly different screen.
Okay. So I'll fill these in, and then I think you'll be able to see better, too. Go down that way. So this is all going to get filled in. But I'll kind of close up. Facebook isn't that live, is it? It's like kind of off.
Yeah. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Weird.
Facebook has about a 3-second delay.
It's messing with me, guys.
YouTube is like, although the YouTube kind of like, it modifies the video footage.
Yeah. So you guys are seeing 3 seconds into the past.
Yeah. This is our first time going live on YouTube. We usually would do Facebook and Instagram, but we wanted to provide a channel that we know that you didn't have to have an account for. And YouTube, you technically don't have to have an account to get onto it.
That's good.
And I don't think most kids have a Facebook.
Yeah, and people don't want to sign up for stuff. I was running into that problem trying to find stuff for my kids' school. I'm like, I don't want to sign up. Just want to find something I can go on and learn.
Yeah, we had someone earlier, Megan Matras. She said that they had got one of our paint kits to do at home, which has the tutorial videos.
Awesome.
Which are pre-edited and
Yeah.
on the channel.
All right. So I'm only filling in up to this line, right? We did this. So don't start filling in behind it. That part's going to have a lot of white in it.
YouTube is coming in a lot better now, so I'm glad.
A few of those little, they're going to look a little less like thumbs and a little more like chopped off thumbs. More like nubs. About the same if you come across from there. Let's start about there. Okay. And I'll fill those in now. So they're very small. Tips of thumbs. Just a little bit to make this edge look a little more interesting, We don't want it to look like we stopped doing detail just because we were close to the edge. No, we got detail all the way up to the edge of this circle. When you're done, if you want to add anything outside the circle, that could be cool. But that's on you. I'd love to see what you guys come up with. You guys are all so creative. All right. So I'll give you guys a minute to finish filling these in. If anyone wants to comment and let me know where you guys are at with the filling it in, that would be awesome. I'll sip my water and let you guys fill these in. So we don't even need our smudge sticks for this one because this one's all about the lines. It's all about thick lines, thin lines, and kind of filling in spaces. So this isn't a drawing that has a lot of shading. So who remembers the name of our wave inspiration? Do you remember it, Corey?
No, I don't. I was trying to figure out how to turn the comments on the YouTube video.
It is the Great Wave of Kanagawa.
Japanese?
Japanese. The Great Wave of Kanagawa. Like I said before, if you haven't seen this before, it's not going to be the last time you've seen this. It's a very famous Japanese print. And this is just kind of inspired by that. This isn't the Japanese print itself. It's based off of it, inspired by it, but it's not quite it. I just noticed this part of my wave, it doesn't quite meet up with the rest of my waves. So I can do a couple of things. I can have my mountain come up here like that, or I could continue my wave here.
Brandy Cubits said they're almost done filling in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So you can, I don't have the, you'll kind of have an idea of like when they're coming in.
Okay. All right. All right, so like I was saying, I noticed that this part of my wave, it doesn't, like in this one, it kind of connects down and goes right into this wave. But that's okay, because we can do this volcano. Just have it go up. Little flat top, and then back down. If you want to make yours a little bigger, you can, but do remember in the distance. So it will appear smaller. If you make it too big, it's going to look like the wave is kind of crashing on top of it, and it's not going to look quite so in the distance. So darken it in.
Brandy also said that her mom is drawing too.
Oh, awesome. I love that.
Or, oh, wait. I think maybe Brandy is drawing.
All right. So you can do
Because I'm going to guess that this is a student. Whose last name Cubits?
kind of a wiggly line. I know, I don't know any of the students' last names, actually. So this part's white. The rest of this volcano is black. So shade it in. Now, what I don't want you guys to do is I don't want you guys to like, oh, color it in, scribble lines like that. Like you'll do nice, take your time with it. So you don't really lift your pencil up. I mean, just go slow and fill it in nicely. Kind of like how you would when you're coloring in with colored pencils, right? You know, just scribble it in. Kind of think of your pencil like a crayon. And you're just rubbing all the color in there. And not scribbling lines, just rubbing it in. It's almost better if your pencil's a little bit dull. Sometimes when it's sharp, it's hard to fill stuff in. If your pencil is super sharp, you can just kind of scribble it on a scrap paper and get it nice and dull. That's good for coloring in. And then keep your sharpener close because we'll need it sharp for other things.
So Cole and Jax are drawing. They just commented on Facebook.
Awesome.
And their mom is drawing too.
Awesome. Love that. I know, it's a good chance for the moms to join in, huh?
Yeah.
So I'm sharpening my pencil back up again. It's kind of dull from all that, but I want to sharpen it in and so I can get a nice, thin, fine line to do all the little foamy detail. So just like we did up here, we're going to be doing down there. So let me sharpen my pencil, dump my shavings in the trash. All right. Excuse me. So now we're going to start doing just like how we did there. Lots of little letter shapes. This wave is smaller, so our letters are going to be a lot smaller. Make sure your pencil is nice and sharpened. Start by making my little C shapes. And kind of connect those C's. Corey, is there any way you could do like a close-up on this? I know this is one of those things that are going to be like, wait, what?
Yeah. Let's do Facebook first.
Okay.
We'll do a close-up.
Just in case you didn't quite connect with it up here. So like I have my little C shapes and then I'm connecting them. I like that. And that. So again, yours might look a little different. They're not all going to look exactly the same. I'm just basically making a lot of letter C's and a lot of letter J's. There's no right way, no wrong way. So some of them are a little more kind of simple and overlapping like clouds. Get some really tiny ones right here. These ones I'm making a little more like clouds, just kind of like little wavy lines. We also have all along here a lot of super tiny. Make sure you have a sharp pencil. If your pencil is dull, you're not going to be able to make nice lines. This is also a good one that'll look really cool colored in when you're done. I'm not going to do that today, but if that's something you want to do in the end, it would look really cool. Maybe you can get on Google and Google the Great Wave of Kanagawa and kind of see the colors that they choose and be inspired by that or choose your own colors. So I'm also adding little circles along these shapes. Kind of just put them wherever you want, really. You can also add them up here too. There's a lot of like little splashes coming off, right? The circles are like little splashes. And down here on this little part, lots of little circles. So let's see, what time is it? 4:47. I'll give you guys about 5 minutes to add your little circles and details there. I want you guys to take your time with it and get them nice, like, you know, take the time to do these tiny details. It's not something you can rush over and, you know, you want to get through. Just enjoy it.
Yeah. And then we're taking like a little bit of a 5-minute break. I'll give you guys a chance. So ask a question in the comments and Jill can answer those questions. Or you can let us know that you're doing great.
Yeah, I want to hear from you guys. I'm going to be going in and darkening some of these lines from the first big wave that we did. So like definitely I'll be darkening this line, right? Because you guys should still have your lines pretty light, right? Because like I said, you don't do your lines dark to start. You just do it really light and then you darken them in after. So now's a good chance to add your little details, darken in some lines. So Corey, are these videos saved? Like, I know YouTube is, right? So even the Facebook Live?
Yeah. Cole and Jack said they're doing good. So
All right.
this video, so if you're on Facebook, this video will stay on our videos feed. We have videos that are over a year old that are still on our Facebook page.
Oh, gosh.
So they'll still be on there. And then the one that's on YouTube will also be there.
Awesome.
So they'll be able to view them in 2 different areas.
Cool.
And at some point, if we get time, we'll probably take the video off and edit it and add little things in and maybe make a shorter video.
Yeah, that way someone can kind of
Right.
do like a quick. Yeah, that's cool. I'm curious if Jax is staying in his seat at home or if he's fallen out of his seat at home. Let us know how you're doing, Jax. It's very quiet in here without you guys. It's not the same. Lots of little circles. You really can't have too many because this is all the water splashing up. Lots of little splashes. You see how these circles just add texture? They're gonna make our drawing look so much more interesting. It's all about the different kinds of lines. So you'll also notice that I didn't thicken like these wavy lines in between. I thickened these ones because this is the bottom of the wave. So they need to be a little more accentuated. Did I say that word right?
Jax says that he is good. So I guess that means he's able to stay
You're staying in a seat? Oh, good.
And then
Good job, Jax.
Sophia asked, do you darken it in with pen or pencil?
We're still doing pencil, but this is definitely like if you have like a really fine Sharpie or like a pen and you want to do that with the pen, I would, but just be careful. I would wait and do it with the pen or the Sharpie later. That way you can start on this side and move to that side because pen might smudge. So I'd start with pencil, darken in with pencil. And then later on, if you do it with pen, just start darkening here first and then darken your way down here that way. Or unless you're left-handed, then it would be the opposite. That way you're not smudging your hand through it.
And just let you know, Gabe is watching on YouTube.
Cool. Hey, Gabe.
So he commented and he's asked advanced classes when they are going to be starting.
Cool. Well, we have it.
5:30.
Advanced starts at 5:30
Today.
today.
At 5:30.
And then tomorrow is intermediate.
The Mondays at 5:30
We're
is when
doing-
the advanced class will be starting
Yeah.
up. And
We're doing a dragonfly. Let's see. Has it been 5? Yeah, it's been about 5 minutes. All right. So we're going to do the lines in this wave and darken in that. So don't do too many lines too close together because you're going to be setting yourself up for more work. If you want to, that's fine, but it depends. I don't want you to do too many lines and then be like, oh my God, I have to fill in all these. So I did one there. I'm going to do the next one. So see how I'm not drawing through my splashes, but I'm going right, kind of right through them, skipping over them. So this part will be like white, and then the thicker part will be what's filled in between. So. I'm going to do mine pretty light to start, and then I'll darken it in so you guys can see it, because I'm nervous that I'm going to mess up. So I'm going to do it light, and then I'll show you guys. All right. So these are my lines. All right, so you guys should all be able to see those lines. And then we're going to fill in. So we're not going to fill in between the thin parts. We're going to fill in between the thicker parts. And also careful not to in your bubbles. Kind of go around your bubbles. It'll take a little bit of work. Trace around your bubbles a little bit so you can go. Also, when you're filling it in, make sure you fill it in nice and dark, especially if you're going to leave it with pencil. If you're going to go back over with Sharpie later, then you don't have to worry so much about filling it in nice and dark. You can kind of just do it lightly, and that way you'll know where to fill in later with your Sharpie. But if you're keeping it pencil, do it nice and dark. So when the artist when he made the Great Wave, he actually didn't draw it like how we are today. He cut it out of a wood block using like a little wood chisel. And then he put the ink onto the wood block and printed it onto paper. So that's actually a print. So he didn't draw it. He printed it. All right, so I got fill in right here and fill in right there. And then kind of go around my bubbles and make like this thick line, just to make it easier to fill in around them. My hand's starting to get tired. Like this.
So you're pretty much just adding in all your little shadows and
Yeah, just filling it in, filling in the wave. So all these thick lines in between the thin lines.
if you guys are just joining us here on live, this is for our beginner sketch class. We are doing a virtual class today, helping to keep social distancing down, but still being social.
Yeah. I think it should be changed to like physical distancing because
Right.
we're still like, if anything, I feel like I've been talking more to people because we have more time, you know? Just haven't seen them physically. All right. We've got a left. So I'm going to move on to the sun, which is like a sunset back here. The good thing is that you guys are doing it on home. If you're not done filling this in, just move along with me, and then when we're done, you can go back and fill it in. You already know exactly where you need to go, exactly what you need to fill in. So let's find something like a good size, something round to trace for the sun. I'm going to grab, Corey, you want to hand me one of those paint bottles? I use one of those. Do we have any of the old? Let me see.
I don't say what with this.
Yeah. Yeah, this will work good. So fine. Got like a mason jar here.
Something, anything.
A cup. I don't know. Look around. We've all got something, right? We've all got something round. It's gonna
Give
go
them a
like
little
right
bit
here.
to try to find something.
Yeah, I'll give you a minute. A cup, right? Maybe the bottom of the cup if the top of the glass is too big. And kind of try it on for size. So make sure that it's like sinking down into the waves, kind of overlapping on top of the volcano there. Just tracing.
No questions on YouTube right now.
And then I'll thicken in my line. Anytime you're drawing a circle, like don't be afraid to find something to trace because circles are almost impossible to get like exact. It's not cheating. It's just using your tools, right? Just darkening in these lines. All right. Erase because I smudged with my hand in there and I want that part nice and white. And then last but not least, we have our clouds, which is this area here. I've said it before, I'll say it again. You don't have to draw this all exact. I don't want you guys to be at home like squinting at your computer trying to get like this shape exactly. Just kind of, you can start from here. Do a little shape like that. Comes out from the sun and then comes back in over the moon. See, mine's not exactly the same as that. And then we have one more coming up. And then darken them in, right? We do it light first. Lightly, lightly. And then go in, darken it up. So if you notice on our example, the sun, the line that goes around the sun is a lot thicker than the lines on the clouds. So if they're the same, mine kind of look the same. Make sure you thicken it up, thicken the sun up. It's all about varied line widths. Right? This isn't one we have shading in. This is one where we have different lines and kind of contrast between our black and white. I feel like I'm kind of losing the roundness. I'm going to have to fix that. There. I'm even going to darken this line a little bit so it's about as dark as the other lines.
I like the point you did make about the sun, maybe a little more bold.
Yeah, right.
Gives that
Because the clouds are supposed to be lighter. They're
right. It
clouds.
gives them the idea of perspective that the clouds are further behind.
Yeah,
I like that.
and they're lighter in general.
Yeah.
The sun's a little heavier as it sinks down. So now we have, instead of shading, we have a bunch of texture to do in these clouds, and this texture is all little tiny circles. So have at it. This will take up pretty much the rest of your time. Just filling in all these little circles. So, right, some drawings we use our smudge stick and we get a lot of shading in, but this one is all about the textures, and the lines, and the contrast between the black and the white. I don't know, some people might go crazy drawing all these circles. Some of you might find it relaxing. I find it relaxing. Don't forget you're not in class today, so you don't have to rush to finish it. Your mom's not waiting at the door let's go. Got dinner to make. Stop to rest my hand. One spot where you want to make sure that you definitely fill in really well is this top cloud here. That way we have kind of a difference between the cloud and the wave here. And I think you'll see what I mean once you fill it in. Just adding these little circles, it kind of adds a kind of a shadow to the cloud, and it sets the cloud back a little bit further than the wave. That way our eye perceives the cloud to being in the distance and not on top of the wave or part of the wave. See how that kind of sets the cloud back a little bit, sets the wave up front a little. Even adding some more circles to my froth too. If you look at this one up close, there's just a ton of them in there, a ton of little tiny details and lines.
Sophia said she's doing great.
Awesome. Glad to hear that, Sophia. I really, really hope that you guys share these with me because I'd love to see them. So weird being in here by myself.
And they can always just go back into the comments after the video's done. You can find our videos and put your sketch picture into the comments, or they can put it into our Let's Create Art Live Collaboration Tribe group.
Yeah, let's see them, guys. Even if they're not perfect, even if it's not your best drawing, you know, I want to see it. I don't care. We're all just practicing. Shake your hand out once in a while. I also want to get these lines under my waves a little bit thicker too. I think that'll kind of set the waves apart from the clouds a little bit. See how these lines are kind of the same as the clouds? I think if I thicken these just underneath the wave. And I bet Michael's at home using his smudge stick. Don't lie to me, Michael. I bet you are. And that's okay. But I still want you to thicken these lines down here and get them nice and thick.
So, Miss Jill, you have any other fun facts about this famous artist from Japan?
No, I don't really know much about him. I can't even say his name, to tell you the truth.
What are these? What's this kind of art called? Topic?
The Great Wave of Kanawaka?
Yeah.
The print?
Sounds right.
Yeah, it's a print. I can read here. Japanese artist Hokusai, and this print was published in like 1830. So it's about 200 years ago.
You know, it's pretty modern looking for being so old.
You know why? Because I think a lot of art is inspired by this particular kind of art, by like the Japanese woodblock prints.
Right.
I think it's it's something that never got old. And it's also cool to think about that the art you make today, like, could be around for 200 years. You know, you never know. I'm going to fill in my circles, and then I'll be done. I hope you guys enjoyed drawing with me today.
Yeah, it says he got the Prussian blue color from England through China. So England would import the paints into China, and then they would go from China to Japan, and that's how he used the color.
Wow.
So he was one of the first ones to use that Prussian blue.
Isn't that crazy? Now we're just on like Amazon, like blue paint. Bing.
Well,
It's at our door in like 2
Prussian
days.
is actually a German. So you have Germany to England, England to China, China to Japan.
Just to get a blue.
Just to get the right color.
That's pretty amazing. So we have all different line widths here, right? We got our thinnest lines kind of in this texture here. our thickest lines around. If you haven't had a chance to really thicken in the circle, do so. It's going to it's almost going to frame it. It'll give it a nice frame. So you can get that line nice and thick. We got these dark, thick areas in here, which add a lot of contrast. I could even go back into mine and get it even darker. Or you can go back in with a Sharpie. If you have like one of those Sharpies with like the fine points, that would be awesome. Or even a good pen would work. It's got to be a good one though. Be careful with a cheap pen. It'll be hard to fill it in really nice.
All right. It is 5:15.
It's 5:15. Don't forget to sign it and date it. And don't forget to join us next week or for our advanced drawing class, which will be coming up soon. Or we have intermediate drawing, which is tomorrow at 4:00.
And we're going to be posting a lot of virtual classes on the April calendar. So if you go to our online studio page on our website, you'll see another calendar in there where you can sign up for virtual classes. And we're going to keep chugging along 7 days a week here at the studio. So if you guys need anything, let us know. And of course, the paint kits are always available for pickup, curbside, and also delivery and shipping. So that's it for tonight. We thank you guys for joining us. And we'll be going on with Advance here in about 15 minutes.
Hi, Jenny.
Here in just a moment for Advanced class.